Okay, so we are recording in progress. There we go. All right, and can everyone still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, well then I want to welcome everybody to Singles Travel International, Danube Dreams Singles Cruise plus Prague. And this is going to be our vacation from October 29th to November 7th. And in this meeting, we're going to go over the final vacations details. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask, although it's good if we wait for all questions at the end of the presentation, and then we can go through them all together. So this image for the Danube Dreams and Singles Cruise was chosen because we're gonna be in we're gonna board this cruise ship on Halloween. So they were going for something spooky here. Let's see. And there's a little message from Tammy. Tammy is the one who created Singles Travel International. So there's some more information about her and the contents for this finals vacation details. And then here we go. A checklist of things to prepare. One, to make sure that your passport is valid for 6 months after your return date. So I hope everyone's good on that. If you did get traveler's insurance, to make sure you have your certificate. Traveler's insurance is wonderful for those things that we can anticipate, but it's even better for those things that we can't anticipate. The number 3 is apply for and receive your electronic travel authorization. That is only if you are going through the UK. Now, I know some of you are flying into Amsterdam, some of you are flying into Paris and other locations. If that's the case, you do not need to apply for and receive an ETA. But if you're like me, who is flying into London and then into Prague, or from Budapest to London and back to Seattle, then you do need to do your ETA for UK sooner rather than later. It can take up to 3 business days for that to go through. So you'll want to do it nowish, and that way you're ready. You're ready when you start flying on the 27th or 28th. Have it ready to go. For checklist number 4, the European Union's new entry and exit system, that is something that just started today, October 12th, or was that yesterday? It just recently started. And that one you do not need to apply for. That will happen at the airports in immigration. It'll just take a little bit longer to go through immigration. And I know after a transatlantic flight, sometimes our patience is wearing thin, but it's something that you will go through when you get to the airport. And it really is. They'll take your picture, they'll take your fingerprints, they'll log when you enter the Europe, and they'll log when you exit. So that's something that's just started today. They may have some issues as they try to roll out this new program, but we'll just bring our patience with it, and that's something that we'll just go through when we get there. But the EES is not something you have to apply for before you leave. You will go through that when you arrive in Europe. I think everyone does have the WhatsApp on their phone. That is a great way that we can keep in touch with each other. Every night, I will be sending everybody a message of what is happening the next day. I can also send messages that way when something has changed in our weekly schedule. So I'm glad everyone's on WhatsApp, and I see everyone has already started communicating on it. So that's great. We're already starting to build this group of travelers as we go on to Europe. And then has everyone already put the Avalon My Avalon Cruise on your phone? There's a Go Avalon app for your phone. That can help you as you book your excursions, as you prepare for your contact information, your passport information. hopefully you have already checked in for the cruise. And you can print out your e-documents just so you have them, the paper ones as well. And we're doing the meet and greet right now. So those are the checklist to prepare. Are there any questions on the checklist? Nope, we're good to go. All right.
Well,
I have a question. I'm sorry, because I had to take a phone call, but I got rid of it. How do you get to that European Union's new entry exit system?
So that one, in the documents, you should have received this document in your email, I think it is, and you can just click that, click or tap that tan piece of lettering in the document, and that'll take you directly to the EES, and that'll just give you more information about the EES. You don't need to apply for it; it'll just give you more information about it, why they're doing it, what they're going to do.
do you do it when you get to Prague or when you get to Europe?
I believe it's when you get to Prague. I don't believe they are
Okay.
going to do this in Western Europe. It's mostly for Eastern Europe.
Okay, okay.
So like, what about if you first land in a different, like, connecting flight? Do you have to do it for that connecting flight country?
As I'll have to make sure to check on this. It sounds like it's for all EU non-nationals. So if a Frenchman was traveling to Prague, he wouldn't have to go through with this. But because we are not EU nationals, we have to go through this when we enter Prague. So I believe it's just for entering Eastern Europe, not for Western Europe.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Sorry,
No
everybody,
worries.
but
No, that's good.
I won't answer any more calls. Mute the phone. I was like, whoa, that's my phone.
All right. Everyone has their passport. Hopefully many of you have the traveler's insurance. Again, traveler's insurance works really well for everything we don't anticipate. Of course, if anything happens, we could think, oh, I might get sick. I want to go home. I had an emergency at home. I got to get home. Traveler's insurance will help with that. But of course, traveler's insurance is great for the things we don't think about. And then there's the ETA. That's only if you're going through the UK. ETA is only for UK. I would recommend applying for that sooner rather than later, only if you are traveling through the UK. I just changed planes. That's all I'm doing in the UK, and I have to go through with this. But if you're going through Paris or Amsterdam, one of the other locations, you don't have to worry about the ETA. Here's more information about the EES. Again, this is something you will do when you arrive in Europe. They'll take your facial image, they'll take your fingerprints, and they'll store them digitally. WhatsApp, check in. All right. And then getting to Prague. If you need assistance during your travels, then I would call Singles Travels International at the number. Have them help you out. You can text me just so I know, or use WhatsApp to text me, and that way I know what's going on as well. But during your day of travel, that Singles Travel International phone number will help you a lot more than I can. I can give you moral support, but I can't do too much on helping you redo flights and such. So you have those that information. Same with the delayed flights contact. Again, send me a text message so I know that what's going on. But you may also need to contact Singles Travel International if there is something major going on. We're hoping that the shutdown will be over before we travel. But with the airports being what they are, you may want to keep monitoring your home airport here in America, see how they're doing with the TSA agents and the air traffic controllers. And you may want to get to the airport even earlier than we normally do in these cases. If the staffing is low, we may have longer lines at TSA to get through security. And so you may want to get there even earlier, just allow yourself more time. Even if you already have TSA pre-check, you may still want to consider getting to the airport earlier if the shutdown is still going on the day you fly. The what if, again, you have phone numbers, let me know, let STI know. For baggage. For Avalon Cruises, they will do porterage for one bag. Any more than one bag, you will need to porter yourself. So we will be staying at the Prague Marriott in Prague, Czech Republic, and they will transfer us from that hotel to the ship, and they will take our one checked bag with them. So we don't even have to worry about that. However, for our carry-ons, if you do decide to bring another small bag with you, that we'll need to bring ourselves to the ship. More information about me. More information about you. We have Andy from Savannah, Abrina, Cindy. What else we have here? Deborah, Janet and Janet, Judy, Pam and Pam, Philip, Renee, Rose, and Wanda.
Wow, you've got quite the harem there, Philip.
I sure do. I sure do.
Hope you're looking forward to just as much as we are. All right, so again, here's some more of the flight arrivals. And I just want to make sure that the flight arrival information that we have does match your flight arrival information. And this is just us coming into Prague. While we do have other flights, like I'm sure Andy has something from Georgia to Charles de Gaulle. Just want to make sure all this information is correct. For Andy and Abrina and Cindy and Deb. And for Janet, Judy, Pam and Pam. Is it Philip or Phil?
Philip's fine.
Okay.
Either way, though. Either way,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Philip, Renee, Rose, and Wanda. If any of this arrival information is wrong, please send me a text message on WhatsApp or send STI a text message or an email. Let's make sure we have this correct. And if this does change, perhaps when you get to your airport in JFK, something has changed, let me know so I can continue to monitor it and make sure everyone gets into Prague. We are staying at the Prague Marriott Hotel. A lot of us do have transfers to that hotel. Looks like Renee and must be Andy is the only two that doesn't. Because you're getting into Prague a little bit earlier. But everyone else, once you get your luggage and once you make it through security, there will be a representative from Avalon to greet you at the airport, and they will get you to the hotel in Prague. And that's where I'll be.
So will they just have a sign up or something that we look
Yes.
for? Okay.
Yes, they'll have a sign that says Avalon on it, Avalon Waterways, and you'll say, "Hey, my name is Sheryl.
Okay.
Oh, we're happy to see you. Let's get you on a bus and take you to the hotel." And you're like, "Thank you." All right, and then just some information now about our weekly activities. So this is really where we're going, or this is what a lot of this Zoom meeting is about, to go over this itinerary here. So for those of you coming in early, and I think again, this is Renee and Andy, check in at the Prague Marriott on Tuesday, the 28th is at 3. You two do not have transfers, so you'll have to make your way to the Marriott on your own, but check-in is available at 3. I'll be there between 4 and 5. So, you're welcome to come meet me. I'm happy to meet you guys. And, we'll go through there. Looks like Debbie is coming in a day early too. So, Debbie, are you coming in on the 28th or the 20? You're coming in on the 28th as well. So again, between 4 and 5 p.m., I'll be in the hotel lobby. I'll be wearing my new name tag that says Singles Travel International. And I'm happy to meet all 3 of you there for Renee, Andy, and Debbie.
Cheryl, I have a question. This is
Yes.
Wanda. I see you say to bring euros. I didn't think Hungary used or Czech Republic used euros. I thought
That
they
is
had
correct.
currency.
That is correct. Hungary and the Czech Republic and Slovakia have their own currency. However, a lot of these countries will accept the euro. Whether the vendor gives you change in euros or in their own currency, that will vary from vendor to vendor. But they will accept euros. I'm sure, though, if you have local currency, they'll appreciate that as well. Also, in all of these countries, and especially near the ports that we will be at, they will accept credit cards and debit cards. So make sure that you tell your credit card company or your bank that you are traveling through these countries and to not flag them down as you use them. But a lot of the businesses in these countries, they will accept the credit cards, they will accept debit cards. A lot of these countries will accept the euro. However, they may give you change back in their own local currency, kind of like when we spend US dollars in Canada. The Canadians won't give us change in US dollars usually. And but all of these countries will not accept the US dollar. However, the ship will. The countries will not accept the US dollar, but the ship will accept the US dollar. However, all of your gratuities on the ship have already been prepaid. That includes the dining staff, your room attendants, and the shore excursion guides that will take us out into the countries. They have already been, their tips have already been included. That's the joy of traveling with Singles Travel International. But if you find that your room attendant was just an extra sweetheart and you want to slip her an extra $20, she'll take the US currency. Or if you want to slip the room attendant euros or the local currency as well, they will accept it all. A lot of our transactions on the ship will be in US dollars. Are we good?
Where are you? Because you keep cutting out.
Oh, do I?
At least on mine you do. Yeah,
Oh.
you like everything freezes. So I don't know. I mean, did you finish going through all the hotels? I mean, I'm pretty familiar with what you're talking about. I just wondered because you're following on with Tammy's printout. I just wondered if you're still sitting on the hotel page or if
I
you've
am.
moved. Okay.
No, still on the hotel page.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Or I guess I'm on the pre-cruise hotel itinerary page.
Well, obviously they've changed hotels because initially it was the Hilton. So
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So now we're at the Marriott.
Yeah, so we'll have to change that. All right. Okay.
And then for Andy, Renee, and Debbie, we can do happy hour at 5:15 if you'd like. If you'd rather just go to your room and relax, I understand that. The happy hour is optional, but I'll be there ready to welcome you guys to Prague. And then at 6:15, if the 4 of us want to go for dinner, we have some choices there. Again, if you would rather just go to your room and rest and relax, that's your choice. This is your vacation. I want you to have the most wonderful time and do what you want to do, but we do have these events if you would like to join us on that first day. And then for day 2, Wednesday, October 29th, I believe this is the day that most everybody is coming in. For Andy, Renee, and Debbie and I, we can have breakfast together at 8 o'clock if you'd like. That's the wonderful thing about Singles Travel International. You never have to dine alone. I'll always let you know what time breakfast is, where breakfast is. Also true for lunches and dinners. So for the four of us in Prague, on the morning of the 29th, we can have breakfast together if you want. If you want to sleep in, I understand. Don't think you're gonna hurt my feelings. But then between 4 and 4:30 p.m., we can meet everybody in the lobby, or at least that's where I'll be. I'll be in the lobby between 4 and 4:30. But then at 5 o'clock, instead of having a happy hour, we're gonna have a happy half hour. And we can just meet over a drink, celebrate our time in Prague, get to know one another, maybe get to see some faces that we didn't get to see here on the Zoom meeting. And then Avalon Waterways is going to have their own welcome meeting. So I'll make sure I have enough seats and enough tables for everyone in the hotel lobby so we can all sit together while Avalon Waterways does their presentation that first day, Wednesday, October 29th. And then at 6:15 p.m., again, we can, for those of us who are ready for dinner out at Prague, we do have some dining options there. We can split up into a group of 6 and a group of 7 and go to these 2 different restaurants and get to know our fellow travelers. There are some excursions within Prague, and I hope a lot of you have already booked some of your excursions. Some of them are included in our cruise, and some of them are for an additional price. Like if you just wanted to do the historic highlights of Prague, that's included. But if you want to do the microbrewery tour, well, that'll be an additional $79. And over the next couple of days, I'm just going to send out a few different WhatsApp messages, try to get an idea of where people or what excursions you folks have already booked. And so that way we can know who's already signed up for this one and if I want to sign up for that one, but nobody has signed up for this one yet. And we can get that conversation started. Because again, the joy of traveling with Singles Travel International is that you don't have to do these excursions by yourself. You might do them with 12 new best friends, or perhaps 2 new best friends. But this way we can know what everybody wants to do. And we can decide what excursions we want to book as well. So that is for Prague. That's for those who arrive early in Prague. Same thing happens on October 30th. Again, we can have breakfast together. If you want to have breakfast with the group, you're welcome to. If you'd rather sleep in, I understand that as well. But that will happen at 8. At 5 o'clock, we'll have happy hour again. And we can learn more information about our Danube River cruise. And then again, for dinner that night, we have a couple of different restaurants that we can try. If you know of a restaurant that you want to go to instead, let me know. We can throw that out there as well. But these are 2 restaurants that we can choose from. And again, split into a group of 6 and 7, and then go spend some more time in Prague. Again, for the excursions, please let me know what you have booked so we can start looking to see what groups we can start forming before we even arrive in Europe. And October 31st, that's our embarkation day. So after spending a nice leisurely day or an exciting day in Prague, we'll then start heading for the boat. Again, we'll have our breakfast club at 8 a.m. Again, you're welcome to join the group at 8 a.m. or if you want to sleep in, that's fine. Yes, Debbie.
Just wondering, how long is the bus ride to the boat?
That I'm afraid I'm not sure. We're not sure on that. It does seem to be a bit of a ride. It could be a full day, but that we're not sure. Avalon will let us know at our welcome briefing when we arrive in Prague. But at this moment, I'm afraid I don't know how long that bus ride will be. They haven't even assigned the dock yet.
Okay.
So as you can see on line 3 of this page, transfer to ship, that time will be assigned by Avalon. We just don't have that information yet. But as soon as I do, I'll certainly put that information into WhatsApp. That's why it's very important that everyone downloads that WhatsApp app on your phone. And that way I can we can make sure everybody knows what time the transfer to the ship is. And then once we're on board the ship, the porters will take our bags to our cabins. But Avalon is going to have its own welcome aboard reception, and that'll be in the Panorama Lounge on the Royal Deck. We'll learn more about our cruise. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll have our group dinner together. As this is a river cruise rather than one of those large Caribbean ships, that's everyone sits to eat at 7 o'clock. I'll get there a little bit early, try to reserve 2 tables so we can all sit together for dinner, and hopefully that will be our own tables for the remainder of the cruise. I'll talk to the cruise director on that, try to make sure we have the same tables for our entire cruise. But I will get there early to put the reserved sign on these tables so that they're just for Singles Travel International members. And we can enjoy dinner together on our first night on the Avalon Illumination. Again, how we communicate changes. Again, that's what the WhatsApp chat is for. So when any changes do happen, I will post that on WhatsApp. Again, every day, or I should say every night, I will post the following day's schedule. And this is your vacation, of course. If you want to join the group for everything that we've got planned for the next day, that's your choice. And if you want to do something different, that's your choice as well. This is your vacation. Enjoy as you like. But if you want to do things with the group, you'll have all that information. And that's how we communicate changes, is through WhatsApp. Again, with the onboard purchases, when we get to the ship, you'll set up an onboard account with a credit card to charge onboard purchases, such as a bar tab and shore excursions to your cabin. When we are at dinner, beer, wine, or a soft drink is included with dinner. And that happens every night while we're on this ship. But if you choose to upgrade to a cocktail, or you want to do something for happy hour instead, that will be at your expense, and they'll just charge it to the credit card assigned to your cabin. The currency used throughout the ports will be the euro, but of course, I think it was Wanda who said they will use their own local currency as well, but the ports will accept the euro. Whether they give you change in euro or their own local currency, that's up to them. Your credit card and your debit card should also work in all the ports. Just make sure that your credit card company or your bank knows that you're traveling abroad so they don't put a block on it. Singles Travel International generally recommends $300 to $500 to members as spending money based on your lifestyles. But again, most charges on the boat will be put onto your credit card. Your tips for everything on the boat, room attendants, dining attendants, and even the shore excursions that take us off the boat and onto these excursions, those tips are already included. The cash will just be for any additional tips that you may want to give the crew, but their tips are already included. Shore excursions. If you have the app on your phone, you can book your shore excursions there. If you need help booking your shore excursions, once we're in Prague or once we're on the ship, I'm happy to help you out with that. Excursion prices are subject to change at any time. Group dining, I've gone over that. We can have breakfast together, we can have dinner together. There are times where we may want to have lunch together on the ship, and that will be communicated to you with this weekly program that we have here, or on the dailies that I will send to you while we're on the ship. I was not made of any or I was not made aware of any dietary requirements. If you are gluten-free, lactose intolerant, or allergies to tomatoes or whatever, please let me know. You can send me a message either privately through the chat. Just let me know, and then I can communicate that to the staff. We do have 2 theme nights here, and who was the one who was all excited about the sing-along? Or the Sound of Music? I was somebody. So one of
Me.
our nights,
Me, I am.
that was Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy, we will have a theme night of a Sound of Music sing-along where we can dress like Maria, or dress like the Von Trapps, and or just wear your casual things and sing along with the fun. There's also a Viennese waltz night. So if you do want to dress in a nice formal ball gown, I don't know if blue is your color, Phil, if you want to wear a nice formal ball gown, but you're welcome to. And
Sorry,
but
I'll
if you
mute
don't,
myself again.
these are all optional. You do not have to get a ball gown just for this event, or you do not have to get a pair of lederhosen just for this event. This is just something fun that if you want to participate in, you're more than welcome to. And if you if you do have any gifts that you want to share, whether it be a waltz lesson, or perhaps playing an instrument, please, if you know any of these languages, if you know how to speak Czech or Hungarian or Slovak, and you want to teach the rest of the group, please let us know. We would love to learn more from you. And the electrical current. Um, for the ship, you will need the European um adapter that goes into the wall, and that has the 2 round prongs. So you will need that adapter. A lot of these ships do have USB ports in them. So if you want to charge your phone through the USB, that's also an option. But if you want to charge through the wall socket, you will need the adapter for those that has the 2 round prongs for Europe. If you have any high voltage appliances like a razor or a curling iron, then you will also need the converter. The converter will help adapt the United States 110 volts to the 220 volts found on this ship. If you need one of those items, there is a link on this brochure that will take you to Amazon or Magellan.com, where you can buy a converter and an adapter all in one device. And that converter is mostly for your high voltage things like your phone. You generally just need the adapter to convert our US plugins to a European socket. Again, with the luggage restrictions, just one luggage will be portered. Anything else, you will need to porter yourselves. And in Europe, all ships have non-smoking interiors. Smoking is only permitted on the sky deck. All right, we're on the ship. Saturday, November 1st, we're going through, and you're going to have to forgive my vulgar American accent, Passau and Schlogen Hoxpo. Again, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a few first timers on this cruise. We'll look to see how the schedule goes. If we are going to have a first timers lunch on that day, or if the excursions are going to have us elsewhere. But we do like to have a special lunch just for the first timers, just so we can get to know you better. You can get to know Singles Travel International better. But this is going to be fluid. We'll keep an eye out on what the schedule is when we actually get to Europe. But almost every day, breakfast, lunch, happy hour, and dinner. I have discovered with Singles Traveler International, happy hour is key. And there are two excursions in Passau and Schlagenberg, Oxbow. Hopefully somebody knows how to pronounce these. Then we go to Austria. Again, breakfast club, group lunch, if the schedule is permitting, and that is our first theme night. We'll do our our Sound of Music sing along. Again, this is optional if you want to participate in dressing up like for the Sound of Music, or if you just want to come in casual, that's your choice. This is your vacation, and then the group dinner. There are a number of different excursions through Linz, Austria, so that we have some options there. Again, I will communicate through WhatsApp to see what excursions people have already signed up for. The next day,
I have a question.
Yes, Cindy.
You know how far like Salzburg is from Linz?
Don't know off the top of my head. I
I'll
think they
find
do
out when
have
I
the
get there.
excursion there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they'll get me back on the ship, right?
Yes.
I'm the only one going to Salzburg.
Yes, if you book a excursion from the ship, then the ship will not leave without you. Now, if you were to book something through Viator or a third party excursion, the ship doesn't have to wait for you to come back. But if you were to book, like it says here, that the Sound of Music Salzburg for 125 euros, if anything were to happen, the ship will wait for you. But if you go through Viator, it wouldn't. So we'll see who else is going to the Sound of Music in Salzburg. We'll discuss that as we go through the WhatsApp. We continue through Austria, Milk, Wachau Valley. Again, breakfast, lunch, happy hour, and dinner. These times could change, but this just kind of gives us a little outlook or a little preview. I will be updating this with the daily WhatsApp chat every day. Some more excursions through Milk and Wachau. Then into Vienna. Breakfast. We will have a farewell meeting on Tuesday the 8th. This farewell meeting will be with myself and hopefully one of the members of the Avalon Illumination crew, and they'll tell us more about what to expect when it comes time to disembark the ship on Friday. So on Tuesday, November 4th, we plan to have a farewell meeting. This is just for the Singles Travel International group, just the 13 of us. And I'll let you know when and where that will be. But it just kind of gives us a heads up on what to expect for Friday. Lunch, we'll plan for that. And then here is our other theme night, which will be our Viennese waltz night. And so if you do want to step into the elegance of Old Vienna, this will be a night to do that. There are some excursions available in Vienna, Austria as well. Then we go into Slovakia. This one, I do know just a few words in Slovak. One is to say hello in Slovak. It's ahoy. Just like ahoy, matey. But that's how they say hello in Slovakia. Ahoy. Again, breakfast, lunch, happy hour, dinner. And then there are two excursions in Slovakia. Thursday, nope, this is, breakfast, happy hour, and dinner again. And then we have our last day in Budapest, where we have, this looks a little odd, doesn't it? It has dinner there as well. And that's what it is. Hopefully on that Tuesday, we'll learn more about how the farewell will be. They'll let us know when to put our bags outside of our cabins so they can get it to the dock. They'll let us know what time we're going to disembark on that Friday. And we'll get all our other information as well. And that will be at our farewell meeting on Tuesday the 8th. So we have all that. they'll certainly slip the bill underneath the door the day prior to that, so we can review all the charges that we racked up on this cruise. And then I know some of us are staying a little bit later in Budapest. Some are going straight to the airport. Looks like Andy, you're going to be making your own way to the airport. Abrina, you're leaving on the 8th. Janet L, you're leaving on the 8th. And Renee has your own transportation to the airport, and Wanda has your own transportation to the airport. Everyone else is leaving on the 7th, so from the ship to the airport. And we'll learn more about that at our farewell meeting on Tuesday, I think it was the 6th, or the 5th. And there we go. Abrina and Janet, you have the hotel at the Budapest Marriott. For the breakfast club and the dinner, that will be a lot on your own options. So if Abrina and Janet, you want to get together for breakfast club and dinner, of course you have those options there. And let's see here. Everyone has free Wi-Fi on the ship, so the WhatsApp will work while we're in Europe because we'll be able to click onto the ship's Wi-Fi. You may want to check with your own cell phone provider, see if they have any options in Europe. I know Verizon, they have two different plans. One is you pay $10 a day. The other one is I pay, I think, $55 a month, and that gets me to use my cell phone in Europe. You may want to check what your cell phone provider offers on that. But Wi-Fi is included for everybody on the ship. Weather and attire, it's going to be a little bit cooler. It's going to be could be rainy. I know I'm packing my raincoat. You may want to pack your raincoat. Avalon does provide umbrellas for everyone, so that's a nice little perk. And prescriptions, those are always great to have in your carry-on. I wouldn't put those in your checked luggage. And if they are prescription medication, you may want to keep them in the original containers, and have a copy of your prescription if anything is confiscated or lost. And everything that's included in our package. I think that's it. Oh, no, more hopefully compensation for your single travels concierge, future trips, play nice. Everyone has filled out their fit and willing document, letting us know your contact information, your flight information, but also that you are fit and willing to do this tour and that we will play nice with each other. Sometimes as we go through these cruises, the 13 of us are going to be just like one big giant family, 13-person family. And like a real family, we may not always like each other, but we need to love and respect each other throughout this tour. And your fit and willing document did go into that in more detail. Did everyone get the fit and willing document and fill it out and send it back to Singles Travel International? If you haven't, please let me know or let Singles Travel International know so we can get that through. I think most of you did. And that is all the information. Are there any questions about this, about our upcoming travels? Debbie, yes.
I downloaded the WhatsApp, but I don't know how to find everybody.
Let's see here. Give me just a moment, Debbie.
I mean, I can wait till after you're done recording or whatever.
Okay. I'm sorry, give me add to list. No, no. Okay. I will work on that. So, get Debbie on WhatsApp. I got you. I'll get back to you on that after this. Wanda,
I have a couple questions.
hit
One
me.
is the WhatsApp group. I haven't gotten any WhatsApp
Okay.
contacts, so I don't know if you've sent anything out yet.
Okay.
But I haven't received anything, so I'm not sure. Don't know what's going on with that. And then the deck that you just showed, has that been emailed to us? Because I don't think I've received any of that information. I got a PDF file from Avalon Waterways, but I haven't gotten anything from STI.
Okay. So we need to get Wanda on WhatsApp, and we need to get you this final vacation detail.
Yeah, because I
WhatsApp.
don't have any contact information for you. I didn't even know who the travel person was until I joined the call tonight. So
Okay. Okay. I've got a note on that for you, Wanda, to get you onto WhatsApp and to get you this document that we just went over.
okay.
It's
And then my last question, and I don't know if you'll even know the answer to this. So I've booked some of the excursions, and I noticed, surprisingly, my credit card has already been charged for the excursions that I'm paying for. Do
okay.
you know if I change my mind and want to cancel or change, can I do that? Will Avalon credit me? That might be an Avalon question.
That might be an Avalon, but it's a good one for me to know as well. So I will check on that, and then Wanda, once we have you in on WhatsApp and WhatsApp, I can get that information to you.
Okay.
So credit card. Give me just a moment, guys. Already charged.
So that information about the optional excursions, you'll put that on WhatsApp so we all can read that?
Yes.
Or, if we want to change our mind, is there a cutoff date or stuff like that?
I think that
like,
I
I think-
booked all my excursions through Avalon. I had gotten an email from them with the link, and so I went out to their site and I booked. And I have the Avalon app on my phone, and I can see the excursions that I have signed up for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but I mean, if we want to change, what are their policies about that? That's what I want to, if you
That's kind of
can
what I
find
was
that
wondering,
out.
because I was surprised that they charged me for the excursions that I signed up for already. I was a little
Me
surprised.
too. They charged me as well.
Yeah. Because I want to go on some of the bike excursions,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't sign up for those, and I'm guessing those are weather dependent as to whether they do them or not. And so I know one of my excursions I paid for, and if I can go biking, then I want to cancel the paid excursion so I can go biking.
Okay. All right. I'll look into that and let you know, Wanda. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they told me you can't change it until the 27th, but I bet you can change it when you get there, especially if you want to go biking instead of because that's what they told me. Can you change it so we can see each other?
Let me stop recording. And
Oh,
and
okay.
I can work on that. Give me just a moment here.
Thank you.
Any other
Cheryl?
questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
Cheryl, can you hear me?
Yes.
Janet? Okay, I didn't get the information either that you were just displaying throughout this video
Okay.
or this meeting.
Okay. So as I have it right now, Bree, Janet, and Wanda need this document that we just looked over.
Yeah, I went out onto the STI website, and
Mhm.
well, it's not the easiest to navigate anymore, and I'm
No.
not seeing anything out there, so I don't know if I'm supposed to see it out on the website.
The documents are on your email,
Yes.
or in your
Okay,
email.
I don't think I got an email.
Okay. All right. I'll look into this for Bree, Janet, and Wanda.
Just as a follow-up on that, I did get the document, but it's in a program, Canva or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it says you can download it. I have not been able to figure out how to download it, and I've actually asked some younger folks who are much better at technology than I am, and they're like, I have no idea what this is. And so I've asked STI if you can send it in something that can be printed. Again, for me, and I think maybe some, people in my generation, I'd rather have something printed.
You know what I
And so if we
did?
can,
I
if
screenshotted every single one
every,
and then printed it because I
Yeah.
didn't know what else to do.
I know.
Yeah.
if we could get it like in a PDF or in a Word document, something that we can print. If you can follow up with them, I've asked twice, and I got a message saying they would send it to the marketing department, but that was almost a week ago, and I haven't gotten anything. So
I was able to
if we have
download.
some-
I just clicked the downloaded, and then I printed each page independently. But I was able to print it without any problems. That's what I did.
Yeah, I couldn't even
It's a
figure
different
out
format, but that's the format she's using now with the new program, from what I've been told.
That's what I
what's
understand.
on it.
But I
That's
bet
what I understand as well, is that by doing this digitally like this, they can add things or subtract things. Like just today, we added the EEA for the
Yeah, I was gonna say you
European
didn't have
edition.
that page in there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
just added today. I think that's why they're doing it this way rather than the printed before. But I will check on this. And which Pam wanted the printed?
I do too.
Pam Davy. Oh, okay.
I want
So
to
both.
say I do too, because
Well,
I had the same problem. Like, I'm just an older generation and I like to print things out,
Mhm.
and then I'll probably put it in a folder and even have it with me on the trip because
There you go. Me too, Cindy.
I can
I
refer to
agree.
it, and I tried to print it and I couldn't. I'm like, but I bet you anything that program Canva can produce a PDF.
I'm
I'd be
sure it
really
can.
Yeah, it
surprised
says
if
it. It says it right on it that it can.
Okay.
So-
All right. Well, let me talk to
But I think the person that created it has to do it, not us. We're not
Okay.
allowed, I think.
let me look into this and I can get back to everybody on getting a PDF file of this document.
Thank you.
All right. Well then, if there are no more questions, I'm at least going to stop the recording. So if you'll just give me a few moments here, and just to close out here, I'm not going to stop the Zoom, but I'm just going to close out here. Look forward to seeing all of you in Prague. Give me just a moment here. One moment.